Right, we're talking about being agitated. Yeah,
Yes.
What?
No, yeah, that's where we were.
And we were on about people on here, weren't we?
Yes, and not being bullied.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Don't let anybody bully you. Don't let anybody pull you down, and don't let anybody say that your work's rubbish. You know, we do have some bullies on here. Please avoid them. Go back and watch some of the videos, and you'll find out who they are.
Yeah. Okay, so she says, I feel very flattered when someone wants to imitate me, whether it's cooking, crafting, or my decor.
Yeah, it is flattering.
Okay. It is?
It is flattering, yeah.
And it says here, Treasure Me says, who enjoys going to the car boots more, you or Ray?
We both love it. We both enjoy it a lot.
But Ray goes more often than you do.
He does. Well, he drives, I don't. If I drove, yes. I'd go.
Yeah.
And I have to say...
She says here, are you actually a teacher or do you hold another position at the school? Well,
we've just said that. I'm a TA, a teaching assistant, but we do the same job as the teachers, more or less. Because we all work with groups now.
Right. So then her next question is, what kind of fossils did you collect?
Any.
Any fossils?
Any fossils, and we strive to get new ones that are, you know, I mean, I have got my thing in a magazine where I found one of the... It was a bone I found from a brand new dinosaur.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, I'll get the magazines out and I'll show people because... Yeah, I've been in them several times.
Her next question is, have you ever been skydived?
No.
Do you want to?
No.
Okay.
I'll puke all the way down.
What other styles do you enjoy doing besides shabby chic?
Vintage, steampunk.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Then
I do like doing mixed media as well.
Oh, hold on.
Right, she's just gone to make a phone call. I've got it here anyway. So it says, yeah, they're the ones I do. Shabby chic, steampunk, vintage, altered art, anything like that. Would you and Kris ever consider doing online talks with 4 or 5 people chatting at the same time? We did do. We did it. We had a group. And unfortunately, although it was one of the best groups on YouTube, and it was, and we did our Friday night chat show, it broke up, and there's just Kris and I left out the group, and you don't hear of the others, so that just shows, you know, well, let's put it this way, we're better off on our own. Unfortunately, you know, I made friends, and we called each other sisters, and I loved my sisters, I loved them to bits, all of them. And unfortunately, one of them decided to have a go, and it broke the group up, and the rest of the group followed the one who broke the group up, and they've done nothing, and Kris and I are still here, so that says volumes to me, isn't it?
Sorry about that. I had to take the call. It was
well, it just said, would you and Kris ever consider doing online talks with 4 or 5 people chatting at the same time? And I was just explaining, we did do. We had a group.
Yeah, we did.
And I was just saying, there's only you and I left out of the original group, and that says volumes, to be honest. Because the one that split the group up took the others with her. When she left, they went. And... Yeah. They've done nothing and we're still here, so that speaks volumes to me.
Yeah.
We're here for the right reasons.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, yeah.
And it says here, if the items were free, besides laces, pearls, and beads, what would you bring home? If it was free.
If it was free?
Besides laces, pearls, and beads, and stuff like that.
Mediums.
Mediums, yes.
Textures, mediums. because you can do so much with them.
Yeah, you can.
You can be more creative with mediums than you can with anything else.
True.
Yes.
True. So mediums. Okay, she says, do you like to cook?
Yes, I do like to cook. I like to
Okay.
bake. I like
Yes.
making... But I used to bake every Saturday, and it'd be gone by Sunday.
Yeah.
The kids and Ray would eat it all.
She says, which do you prefer, tea or coffee?
I never touch tea, I always drink coffee. There's something about tea that I don't know how many people know this. Tea lines your stomach. And it rots your stomach. Tea is good for animals like dogs because it stops distemper. It has something in the tea that stops distemper. So it's good for them. But for a human, it lines the stomach, and it in the back of your throat, all your stomach and your throat all discolour. And coffee doesn't do that to you.
Okay, the next one is, I am uniquely imperfect. Hi, my love, Fee. You inspire so many. Who inspires you?
Lots of people. I'm saying that it's not so much as a person, it's a thing inspires me.
Yes.
Because I can look at something and see something else in it. So that is actually inspiring me to think outside the box. And that's where my motto comes from. Think outside the box.
Exactly, and that's what we need to do.
Yeah. That's what you need to do. And test everything. Try everything. Try anything.
And then the next question she has is, how do you think up all your creative projects?
Because my mind never shuts off. I eat,
No, it doesn't.
breathe and sleep crafts. I can go to bed at night and I'm dreaming about inventing the next flower. It's, you know, it's bad. It can be really bad, to be honest.
Yeah.
It can be really bad.
Because your brain goes 24/7.
Yeah, it does. It never stops. It doesn't shut off.
Yep. Okay, so Connie, the Deanie, says, I loved hearing about you and your parents. Can't wait for tomorrow evening. I so enjoy your tutorials. You have taught me so much. Thank you. And then Kim, I'm not going to try to say her last name because I'll just mess it up.
Magdalena.
Laugh out loud. The running water makes me have to go too. Our mothers must have used the same training too. I remember the first miniature I did. A book report
Diorama
for the borrowers. I used a matchbox and a thread spool.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your talents, Fee.
Can I just say something about that, the borrowers?
Sure.
When that first came on the screen, I was fascinated by them. But because the people were smaller than the items. But in my head, when I watched them, I reversed that. And I did it that the items were 10 times smaller than the people. You know what I mean? It was weird watching it. Because I didn't see it as them being tiny people. I saw everything around them being miniature and them being giants.
Oh.
And that really did... It used to grip me. I couldn't stop watching it.
I don't think I've watched it.
You should watch them. It's really good. But I reversed it watching it sort of thing in my head.
Okay, this is a good one. EarlZ100. Hi, Fiona. I'd like to know, what would you do if you won the lottery? Would you move, live abroad, buy a yacht, give it to charity and family, or blow it all on crafting? Laugh out loud, hee Anne.
Right. First thing I would do is I would make sure my children were set up. I wouldn't bother with half my family. I'm being serious here, so don't, you know.
Yeah.
And then I would pack everything up that I wanted with me and come over to America. I would buy myself a place over there, and then I would invite every crafty person possible to come and have a crafty day with me.
That would be amazing.
And all the British ones, I'd fly over, just so they could join in.
Awesome.
But I wouldn't stop in UK. I wouldn't, no. No.
Okay, so the next one is Tim, Madeline. How did you meet Kris?
Online.
Yeah, through YouTube.
Through YouTube. You knew me before I knew you.
Yes.
Because you used to come on my channel, didn't you?
Yes, I watched you for almost a year before, no, maybe 6 months before we met.
Yeah, but you used to make comments a lot, didn't you?
Yes, I comment a lot. And then you chatted with me and asked me if I had Skype. And I said no, and you said it was really easy. I said okay, and then we started chatting.
And you were the first one I Skyped with, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're
And
still here.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And then she said, when did you two first meet in person?
2 years ago.
2 years ago, yes.
I came over
2
in
years
the
ago.
August.
Yes.
I flew out in
July.
July.
2 weeks with me.
Yeah, I flew out in July and spent 2 weeks with you-know-who. And then I flew from there over to you and spent 2 weeks with you before I flew home.
Yes.
And I have to tell you, I'm stood coming out of the airport and coming up the ramp, up the passage thing, wasn't I? And I recognised Robert, but I didn't recognise Kris, and I thought he had another woman. I didn't recognise you, did I?
No, you didn't.
She was all dolled up to the nines. I was thinking, who the bloody hell's... That's Robert, I'm sure it is, but who's that with him? And you can tell by the video, it took us a long time. And if you haven't seen that video of me and her saying tonight, you've got to go see that. It was funny.
Yeah, exactly.
And you'll see what we're like. We're very much alike in humour.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lab Hooker, what a great name.
That's Lisa.
Lisa, okay. What is your favorite food?
What is my favourite? Well, I've just said my favourite food is toad in the hole and suet crust and mince. But I do like bananas on toast. Would you believe?
What, you just smush them on your toast?
No, you just slice them onto the toast, on lightly done toast, buttered. Slice them on, 2 rounds of bread. Oh, it's gorgeous. But then I also like bananas in custard.
Oh, yummy.
So yeah.
Okay, she says, and the same question, do you like to cook? Which you said yes.
Yeah.
And then how did you and Kris become friends? Which we just answered.
Yeah.
Through YouTube. And then Omen or whatever. I love this interview. I have been watching you for over 3.5 years now, and you constantly amaze me with a new technique and have taught me a lot. But I love the stories the most about Gigi and your mom and dad. I love how you and Kris interact, unlike some that have diversely gone by the wayside. Friendship that is based on honesty and caring. Thanks for this. Your love of sharing and teaching comes through in everything you do.
So,
I'm very grateful that you share with us.
So you'll know who I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, thanks for being here for 3.5 years. I do appreciate it. And that's why I'm still here.
And me and you interact really good.
Well, we're very much alike, I think.
Yes, we are. And we're best friends and sisters.
Yeah. And I think the other thing is we respect each other.
Yes, definitely.
I have to say this. There are things, like just the odd thing that Kris, you know, like when you've been busy and all of that, because you have your own life to lead, you've got a husband, you've got a dog, you've got a home to run, and she can't always be online when I'm online, and vice versa, sometimes like that. But we respect that about each other, don't we?
Yes. Yes.
And I'll write and say, what's the matter with you? You're not speaking to me for 3 days. You know what I mean? If you've gone AWOL or something.
Yeah.
But I can turn around and tell Kris that, like the other day I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
I just thought something was wrong. And you're basically reassuring yourself that everything's okay.
Exactly.
But I hadn't seen Kris or... No, you've had a lot to do though, haven't you? You've moved house, you've done this, you've done that, and so you haven't been on every single day.
Yeah.
And I wrote to Kris and just explained how I was feeling, and she fully understood. Now Kris can do that with me. I don't have a go at her. We don't argue between we've never had an argument, have we?
No, we've never had an argument. Never.
And if we've had anything to say, we've said it.
Yeah, we just say it, and we say it honestly with, love and make sure that we're both on the same page.
And we respect each other's thoughts.
Yes, we do. And yes, we support each other 150%.
Yeah, definitely.
And we're there for each other when we need something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever it may be. I mean, we live so far away.
Yeah.
But we can be there through Skype every
day. Well, I've got an old saying. With me, I make friends for life. And only that friend can break that trust or can break that friendship.
Yes.
And unfortunately, while I've been on Skype, on YouTube, it has happened to some very good friends that we had.
Exactly.
There's no way I would have fallen out with them no matter what, but they fell out with me.
Well, and see, that's my motto too. I have friends for life. They're the ones that will make that decision if they want to end it.
Exactly.
For whatever reason.
Yeah.
They choose.
Yeah.
It's not our choice. I mean, we are in it for life.
Yeah.
And that's just the way we are. Some people aren't like that.
Well, I mean, I've got one friend who everybody knows passed away last year, unfortunately, and I'd known her for 30 odd years. And then there's Julie, the one who had cancer, and I've known Julie for 38 years, almost 38 years. And I can say whatever I like to her, and she can do the same to me. We never take offence. We listen to each other, and we help each other, and we're there for each other, and that's what a good friendship is.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Right, go on then, move on.
Okay, so you inspire me so much. I have so much I want to learn. When your parents were making all kinds of stuff, did you save something for souvenir?
Yes, I've got my dad's paintings, a lot of his paintings that he left. I've also got some of his woodwork, which is he made trinket boxes, but big ones. And I've got the very first one he ever made when he was 18. So I've got that one, which I'm absolutely chuffed to death at keeping. I've got some other bits and pieces that he made. And my mother, because I said yesterday, she was a needle point worker, needle sewing, should I say. And I do have some of her tablecloths that she embroidered, and hankies and things like that. So yeah, I did keep them, but that's all I kept.
Okay, so she says, me, it's like I've known you all my life. I see a lot of good night, God bless you, and your family, Rosemary in Canada. Okay, so the next one is Gina Gustin. She said, do you work outside the home? Which we've answered.
Yeah.
And if so, what do you do?
Well, I've answered that one, yeah. We've covered that.
Okay, so the next one is...
Ballerina 6.
Yes, okay. I have become very inspired by watching you for months. I have actually created some of the flowers from your tutorials. Yes, I practice. What would your advice be for upcoming crafters to be successful at crafts?
What would my advice be? Right. For a beginner. Try everything. Don't say I can't. Never say I can't do it. Never ever. And I'll tell you why. We've got a story here that we tell often. Pam. Isn't it?
Yes.
What was it? What's her sorry, but Pam, if you're watching, but I've forgotten your YouTube name. What is it? Pam. The one and only Grand.
The one and only Grand.
Yeah. Pam, I did a competition and it was doing a miniature Victorian room. And Pam wrote to me and said, oh, I don't know whether I can do it. And I went, look, Pam, just give it a go. Just give it a go. And she'd never, ever, ever done a miniature before in her life. She had a go. And that lady has gone from strength to strength. She's had her work in competitions and won. And she makes the most amazing miniatures. And she made me an identical room of my craft room. So you need to go and have a look at that. It's Pam, the one and only Grand, and it's what the gift she made for me. But go and have a look at her channel. She is amazing. And she never knew she could do it. And like she says, it's her forte. She's found that now.
So we're at the bottom of the list, and it's just the chronic scrapper one. I think we already answered it. About, I'd love to know how you got into making kits, and do you find it hard to part yourself from all your trinkets? We've already went over that one. So,
you had a list. Where's your list?
My list is in the house. I gotta go grab it. I thought we had more questions, so I'll be right back.
All right then. Yeah, I'll just go on about the newbies. Just try everything. For a new crafter, don't be afraid to try anything. Don't, because that's what's to be afraid of. If it doesn't work, if it doesn't work, change it. If it doesn't work and you change it and it still doesn't work, then you can discard it. Strip it and discard it. Or redo something with it. But never ever give up. Never. And if you don't try everything, how are you going to know what you like best? And that people say they can't sew. There's nothing to it. There's lots of videos on my channel on various subjects. And I take you through it step by step. A lot of people come on YouTube and, these people who've been crafting for years. And they come on and they go, I made that. And I put this on and I put that on. And there you go. I made that. Yeah, but how did you make it? It's all right saying I put this on and I did that and this comes from that store and this comes from that store. We don't want to know that. We want to know how did you make that. So I show people how to make things. And I will show them, I've done these flowers. I've made these flowers. Not these particular ones, but I'm saying I've made flowers like these. And I've got videos and show you how to do them. So you don't have to buy them. You can make your own. We made the bling sensors the other day. Yesterday. And I show you how to do them. So it's step by step is the best way to learn. And most people, I would say 85% of people are visual learners. So that means that they have to see it done to follow it. And that's the best way to do it. But then, try and think of things yourself. Think outside the box. That's where that comes from again. Look at something. We'll give you an example. Let's have a look. Right, this. That's a napkin ring. So, look at it. Okay, what can I do with it? Well, I can make that into a pincushion. I can paint this white inside and out, and then I can make that into a pincushion. I can put a false bottom section on it. And so that I've changed from a napkin holder to a pincushion. So straight away, it's altered from one thing to another. Let's have a look. Let me just see. Now, right, bit of card. Chipboard. I took some chipboard, so you'll just have to excuse me because I've got my rings in. And I just made this little box. All you need, 2x2 square chipboard and a base, slightly bigger. And then you just glue the sides together. Glue the bottom on, put some little feet on. This is only slightly bigger than the lids, and then a piece sat in the front there, because that's going to be 2x2. A couple of pieces on top, different sizes, and then just decorate it. And I made a little trinket box. I actually call that my ring box. So it's just, that's altering a bit of chipboard. There's just lots and lots of things you can do. Now, I've got a little box here. At the moment, I house the eyes in, and these are ones I bought recently. They're not the ones I've lost. I'm always losing stuff. But that could become a chest. It could become a treasure chest. It could become a shabby chic box, a vintage box, a steampunk box. Anything. That one item could have several different, end up as several different things. And it's just think outside the box. Hello, my dear. You're back.
Hello, honey. Okay, so, what is your biggest pet peeve about crafting?
My biggest pet peeve. Oh, we spoke about this last night, didn't we?
Yes.
So remind me.
Biggest pet peeve is how much everything costs.
Yeah, that is my biggest pet peeve, how much things cost. And I'll tell you why. It's only because I've been buying wholesale that I now know how much people are ripping us off.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it's sickening, to be honest. And it really is. If you actually knew what they're paying for things. And that's why I keep my prices really low.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't do that. I can't. I would much rather 100 people have something than just 10.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'd rather 100 people buy from me than just 10.
Right.
And that's how I think. There you go. That's it. Simple.
Okay, so, how many flowers have you designed and created?
Oh, right. Do you want to know since I've been on YouTube?
Yes.
Since I've been on YouTube, it's about 3.5 years now, and I've created 380 flowers.